Good evening and welcome to this edition of the Evening News for today, Friday, July 12, 2024. I am Jemima Holmes. Thank you for tuning in. In the headlines this evening, 50 GDF ranks off to Grenada, SVG to aid in rebuilding efforts. Probe to be launched into allegations leveled against Brutus, says Minister BENN. Government to clamp down on contractors with several companies. AFC calls for independent probe of Deputy Police Commissioner. Alleged shooter, 2 others arrested for murder of transgender sex worker. And I was not detained nor interrogated, says Minister BHARRAT. Now for the news in detail. We begin tonight's newscast by reporting that Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President Dr. Irfan Ali, has detailed a group of 50 Guyanese soldiers who will soon leave local shores to aid in rebuilding efforts in the Caribbean islands of Grenada and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, which were battered by Hurricane Beryl last week. Here is Vanu Manikchand with the details.
Addressing the ranks at the Guyana Defense Forces Camp Ghana headquarters on Friday afternoon, President Dr. Irfan Ali lauded the soldiers for their sacrifice, noting that they will be making a difference in the lives of their Caribbean neighbors.
You're not only going to be contributing to the rebuilding of infrastructure, homes and offices, but you'll be contributing to the rebuilding of lives and livelihood, and to the returning of normalcy to the sister state. Your mission would involve primarily the rebuilding of key installation and infrastructure so that government and government services can return in a quick and efficient manner, and to assist in the building of key services such as health and education.
The head of state further assured that Guyana's assets and prosperity would always be used to bring about positive change and create a long-lasting impact.
Today you have this opportunity, like your peers had 2 decades ago, to make a mark and to be part of an effort that will restore lives and livelihood. And lives is restored because they're destabilized now. They're scattered. And for those lives to be restored, these infrastructure are critical. For those livelihoods to be restored, these investments are critical.
To aid with the rebuilding efforts, Guyana has already dispatched building materials and equipment. Earlier this week, a GDF team traveled to Grenada to conduct a needs assessment. Additionally, a smaller group of 8 ranks had been deployed shortly after the hurricane to assist with rebuilding efforts in both Grenada and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Chief of Defense Staff Brigadier Omar Khan told this second batch of soldiers that they are going to these affected countries as ambassadors of Guyana.
You are our ambassador to Guyana, to the GDF. We expect that you will play a very critical and important role as you execute the rebuilding process. Your mission is just that. Your time away will be determined based on the scope of work, but certainly we do not believe that it will be forever. I give you and wish you best wishes on this important mission.
This team of 50 GDF ranks is expected to depart Guyana on Sunday. Reporting for the Evening News, Vanu Manikchand.
Let's now tell you that Natural Resources Minister Vikram Bharat has denied misleading reports that he was detained and interrogated at the John F. Kennedy International Airport in New York. Earlier today, seasoned journalist Enrico Wolford posted on his Facebook page that the minister was escorted and questioned by federal agents at the JFK airport upon his arrival there on Thursday evening. When contacted, however, BHARRAT told the Evening News that he was neither detained nor interrogated. In fact, he stated that he was at the time traveling with his ailing father on a trip for a medical emergency. The minister subsequently took to social media to extend wishes for his father's speedy recovery and thank the United States authorities for their kind courtesies and professionalism. We are now joined by Luana McAllister, who reports that Home Affairs Minister BENN on Friday expressed concerns regarding the allegations leveled against Deputy Commissioner of Police Acting Calvin Brutus and confirmed that an investigation will be initiated.
The Home Affairs Minister did not specify which authority would be conducting the investigation, but assured that a thorough review would be undertaken to address the specifics of the allegations.
Concerned about the allegations. A review and investigation will be underway to determine what are the specifics of these issues, and the public and the press will be informed as we go along the way.
This comes after allegations of financial impropriety against Brutus on social media. Reports said that Brutus allegedly deposited 15 million Guyana dollars into his account at the police credit union on December 15, 2023. The money was returned to him the following day, and the source of funds was given as contributions from before, during, and after his wedding. Commissioner of Police Clifton Hicken had told media personnel on Wednesday that no investigation was launched into the allegations. However, on Thursday, in a somersault, police headquarters issued a statement indicating that Brutus had requested to go on leave to facilitate the investigation for the benefit of the Guyana Police Force. The Commissioner of Police, however, granted permission through the prescribed procedure. Only recently, the Guyana Police Force announced a rotation within the top brass of the force in accordance with its modernization plan. Brutus, who was previously in charge of administration, was among the 3 ranks involved in the rotation. The rotation, certain sections of the media had reported, was prompted due to the financial irregularities at the administrative office once headed by Brutus. Further, it was reported that the members of the Special Organized Crime Unit has confiscated several documents to facilitate an investigation. Luana McAllister, reporting for the Evening News.
Meanwhile, in light of these allegations, leader of the Alliance for Change, Nigel Hughes, has called for a full, thorough, and independent investigation of Deputy Police Commissioner Acting Calvin Brutus.
The Guyana Police Force cannot be expected to investigate itself, particularly at the level of allegations of criminal activity against high-ranking members at the level of the Deputy Commissioner of Police. An independent external investigation must be conducted. The statement by the Commissioner of Police that there was no attempted deposit of tens of millions of dollars by his deputy into the credit union is a cause for great concern and immediately necessitates his standing down as commissioner during the course of an independent investigation.
As part of efforts to combat corruption in the public procurement system, the government is putting systems in place to combat collusion between family members to hawk contracts. In this report, you will also hear that public servants are being monitored. Vanu Manikchand reports.
This was revealed by Vice President Dr. Bart Jagdeo on Thursday during a press conference where he noted that the regional administrators across Guyana would be asked to investigate and be knowledgeable of the company's owners before contracts are awarded.
There are some contractors who, through their families, who own multiple companies, wife, children, everybody. And they come and bid. You don't know who they are because they're companies. So, and then you can end up with maybe a single family putting in 3 different bids or 4 different bids, and often they win contracts. And then the community knows who they are, but we don't know because they come through the veil of the company.
On this note, the regional administrations have been instructed to cleanse the list of pre-qualified contractors, thereby removing those which have multiple family-owned companies. Additionally, contractors will now be asked to declare their assets, and according to JACDEO, the same will be done for public servants who participate in and could influence the bidding process.
There's no prohibition if you work for government to bid in a contract, but you should not do so in an entity that is connected to you, etc. And so we are enforcing that so that you can't prejudice the bid process. We have had cases where people who have done bad work and continue to get contracts and continue to do bad work, so that that is something that you have to look at. And so we've outlined several of the criteria, spoke with the region and the contractors.
These issues were addressed during a recent outreach to Region 2, where the senior government official met with contractors and employees of the regional administration.
We had a tough talk with the contractors too, that we intend to rigidly enforce the law, we expect good quality work, and we intend to blacklist people who do shoddy work. So what we did there in Region 2, we're going to replicate across the country. The Ministry of Finance will go across the country to ensure that on all the procuring authorities, whether it's not just there, but in every ministry, that they are aware of this and that departures would have from established procedures will have consequences. Too often we have found departures from the standard bidding documents that are part of our legislation.
In light of growing concerns over the award of contracts to selected contractors and the inability to meet project deadlines, the government embarked on a robust plan to pursue greater accountability within the procurement processes across all sectors. Only last month, President Dr. Irfan Ali disclosed that approximately $3 billion in charges for liquidated damages have been instituted over delays in public sector projects across the country. Reporting for the Evening News, Fanu Madakchand.
As the investigation intensifies into the execution-style killing of transgender sex worker Simon Sean Anthony, also called Coil Bottle, Crime Chief Wendell Blanham has confirmed that 3 persons were arrested on Thursday evening following a high-speed chase with police. One of them, he noted, is suspected to be the shooter, and he is presently cooperating with detectives. The Evening News understands that the car suspected to have been used in the gunning down of the sex worker has been impounded as police continue their investigations. The 27-year-old victim was gunned down at about 2 hours on Thursday at the corner of South Road and King Street, Georgetown, by an occupant of a heavily tinted dark gray motorcar. At the time of the fatal shooting, the victim was in the company of other sex workers. The police have since recovered 9 9mm spent shells at the scene, but according to detectives, the victim was shot only once, under the right arm. Investigations are continuing. Coming up on the other side of the break, U.S. sanctions, government awaits evidence from U.S. to determine way forward, and Diana Hirilal cops Miss India Guyana 2024 title. Please stay tuned.
Calling all small to large scale businesses, the International Building Expo 2024 is coming to the National Stadium from August 8th to 11th, 2024. Whether you're a small business or a major player, there's a package for you starting as low as $20,000. Network with industry leaders, boost your brand visibility, and generate high quality sales leads. Register now at www.buildingexpo.gy. That's www.buildingexpo.gy. Or call 592-635-1103 or 592-635-1104.
Oh no, welcome to Building Expo. Yeah.
Transitions light intelligent lenses. Pick your color. Choose your style. Available at Optique Vision Care.
Need quality electrical or hardware supplies for domestic, commercial, and industrial usage? Visit SPR Enterprise. We stock a wide variety of tools, transformers, connectors, cables, line hardware, and control products at competitive prices. Check us out for brands such as Square D, Eaton, Fluke, Klein, and 3M. We are located at 45 Brick Dam, Georgetown, or call us on 223-5699, 223-5687, or WhatsApp 639-7193. SPR Enterprise, your single source for quality electrical products.
Welcome back. You're watching the evening news. Vice President Dr. BHARRAT has assured that the Guyana government has not abandoned plans to establish a national gas strategy, but has gone one step forward in starting the process to determine the viability of monetizing the country's natural gas resources. Vanu Manikchand reports.
We're still working on it, but as you've seen, we've moved forward in the project that we wanted to check the viability for. We've moved forward in that, but the gas strategy is a clear one. Normally a gas strategy is about trying to determine how you will not just monetize it, but use it for national development, the reservoir of gas. So we're working on it. It's not an abandoned project.
That was Vice President Dr. BHARRAT giving an update on the national gas strategy. The government had released a draft gas monetization strategy to the public for their feedback last October, and a large number of comments have already been received. In the Stabroek block, some 17 trillion cubic feet of gas have already been found, with the Pluma and Haimara wells being proven gas fields. Already, Guyana has tapped into U.S. energy firm Fulcrum LNG Inc. to work in a tripartite arrangement with the government and ExxonMobil to determine the viability of developing the country's gas resources. VP Jagdeo has already made it clear that government will not be injecting any financing into this project.
We don't know whether we have a project as yet. The government of Guyana has made it clear we're not putting any money into this project. But we have to explore whether we can develop a viable project now. So that means the feasibility studies, everything else, to see if we can monetize the gas that we have, the associated gas, outside of the gas that's coming to the power plant. So we hired this firm. We're going to look at all the streams of benefit from maybe LNG export, from bringing the gas on shore for electricity or industrial development. All of that would have to be explored before you move to say, we have a project, it's viable, and then we move to get it financed. But it's not financed from the government of Guyana.
Currently, government's model gas-to-energy project is being constructed at Wales, West Bank, Demerara, and will include a 300-megawatt power plant that will use gas from the Liza field offshore. The excess gas from the Stabroek block is what will be used for the gas monetization project.
The first 50 million cubic of gas comes in to generate power. We may have another 70 million cubic or so, 70, 80 million cubic to come in on that pipeline. We have to now make a determination how we would utilize that. It could be for generating additional power, fertilizer, different things.
Reporting for the Evening News, Vanu Manikchand.
Home Affairs Minister BENN on Friday stated that the Guyana government is awaiting the evidence from U.S. authorities concerning allegations against the Mohammeds to determine the way forward. In this report, however, BENN stated that no plans are afoot to revoke the firearms licenses of Mohammed's enterprise and its sister companies.
This follows the United States Treasury Department sanctions which have forced the government to revoke the company's Cambio license and gold dealing operations. When questioned by the media on Friday if the company's firearms will be next in line to be seized, Minister BENN related that the government will be cautious about doing such. Minister BENN emphasized the importance of making informed and practical decisions.
We will make decisions based on information that we have. We have to be careful to make practical responses to issues. It couldn't be in any event. While reviews are ongoing, we don't take precipitate action which may put people at risk.
The Bank of Guyana revoked Mohammed's Enterprise foreign exchange license on June 13, 2024, and the Guyana Gold Board stopped accepting gold from the company due to the U.S. Treasury Department's Office of Foreign Assets Control sanctions. OFAC has accused Mohammed's Enterprise of defrauding Guyana of over $50 million in taxes on more than 10,000 kilograms of exported gold. In this light, Minister BENN stated that Guyana has requested mutual legal assistance from the U.S. and is awaiting for the information.
When we have sent for information, I've signed a document which has gone to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs at the instance of the Attorney General, Mr. Anil Nanlal. We've made a request for what is called mutual legal assistance. The ministry is the place where that pushes the process forward. Documentation has gone to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and will go to Washington, or has already gone. So we'll await for further information on them, on whatever the issue is.
In a related move, Vice President Barjagdio assured that the government is committed to investigating the allegations thoroughly. The Guyana government continues to monitor the situation closely, ensuring that all actions taken are in the country's best interest and in compliance with international legal standards. Lawanda McAllister for the Evening News.
As Grenada strives to rebuild following the destruction caused by Hurricane Beryl, the country's Prime Minister, Dickon Mitchell, on Thursday appealed for financial assistance from sister CARICOM states. Michael Henry has more in this report.
We need significant capital investment for the cleanup and rebuilding of our communities. This is where the development conversation needs the input of our global family. Our ask in Grenada, Carrickmore, and Petit Martinique, and the ask for St. Vincent and the Grenadines is that we need grant resources as our economies, our societies simply cannot afford more debt.
That was the Prime Minister of Grenada, Dickon Mitchell, requesting financial aid from sister CARICOM states during a press conference to launch a regional response initiative for Grenada and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. His request came on the heels of the recent catastrophe of Hurricane Beryl, which pummeled Grenada on July 2, 2024. According to Mitchell, the country has a set budget in place for natural disasters, but this cannot offset the expenses to rehabilitate the island.
We set aside funds for rainy days and disastrous days such as the 1st of July by the use of our National Transformation Fund, by setting aside 10% of our CBI revenues to help with recovery and relief efforts. We have purchased insurance for our water and electric companies, who oftentimes are unable to find insurance from private insurance companies to ensure the external distribution and transmission systems. But the payout from all these funds is a drop in the bucket of the amount of financial resources we need to rebuild Carrickmore and Petit Martinique and our northern parishes. The cost for living on the front lines of the climate crisis is too high for us alone to pay or to bear the brunt of.
On this note, the Prime Minister revealed that some 10,000 persons are currently homeless, and the government is expected to provide for the citizens of Petite Martinique for 6 months.
You're looking at a minimum, at least 10,000 people who've had significant damage to their homes, and to a large extent, that will cover Carriacou, Petite Martinique, and some of the northern parts of the island. In the case of Carriacou and Petite Martinique, make no doubt about it, we are going to have to feed the population of Carriacou and Petite Martinique for the next 6 months. There is no economy. The pictures don't tell you the words. If you go on the island, there is absolutely no vegetation. Everything has been destroyed. So even the animals which are there are dying because there's no grass for them to graze, and there's no animal feed. There's no fuel. We've had to bring fuel onto the island. So you're talking the basic amenities are not there. So food, water, shelter, obviously, hygiene kits, sanitary kits. All of this is going to have to be sustained for a prolonged period.
Currently, an analysis is being conducted to determine the magnitude of resources needed to fully rebuild. Michelle Henry, The Evening News.
At the Guyana Police Force's 185th Anniversary Awards ceremony held at the Police Officers' Mess Annex, Evelary, Georgetown, Commissioner of Police Clifton Hicken reported substantial reductions in crime and traffic accidents so far for 2024. Here are the details.
The event, which celebrated the achievement of the force, saw over 5,000 ranks awarded with monetary compensations amounting to $112 million. During the ceremony, Police Commissioner Clifton Hicken highlighted an 18.9% reduction in serious crime for this year, while emphasizing the success of 361 community policing groups across regional divisions. Additionally, he noted that the force had confiscated 75 firearms, the same number as in 2023. In the realm of traffic safety, the Commissioner reported notable decrease in various types of accidents. Fatal accidents dropped from 68 in 2023 to 50 in 2024, marking a 26% reduction.
78 in 2023, 60 in 2024, minus 23%. Serious accidents, 176, 2023, 158, 2024, decreased by 10%. Minor accidents, 223, 2023, 211, 2024, a decrease by 5%. Damage accidents, 420, 2023, 398, 2024, a decrease by 5%.
Commissioner Hicken acknowledged the daily challenges faced by ranks in maintaining law and order and commended the officers for exceeding standards and expectations.
Ranks, we understand the daily challenges you face in maintaining law and order. Being a police officer is among the most demanding role chosen voluntarily, yet carrying a solemn responsibility to uphold rigorous standards. The responsibilities and professionalism expected of a police officer set the profession apart. Today, we gathered to commend each of you for exceeding standards, expectations, and the typical scope of duty within the Guyana Police Force.
He also highlighted the force's heavy investment in ranks, mentioning that more than 1,000 scholarships and various sponsorships have been provided, with several hundred ranks participating in local and overseas courses and programs. In his closing remarks, he encouraged the public to contribute to creating a conducive atmosphere where officers can achieve their full potential. Lawanda McAllister for the Evening News.
26-year-old Diana Hiralal has emerged victorious in the Miss India Guyana competition, having outshone her rivals when the competition was hosted at the Princess Ramada last Sunday evening before a packed audience. Following her winning the crown, Michelle Henry spoke with the reigning queen about her rigorous journey, one that was marked by unwavering hard work, determination, and commitment.
Rising to the top among an impressive lineup of contestants, Diana Hiralal has cupped the title of Miss India Guyana Worldwide 2024. Before winging out the US, the evening news caught up with the newly crowned queen, who is also a manager and entrepreneur, who reminisced on her journey to the crown.
I didn't want to get so consumed in all of this because it was stressful as well. I didn't want to get consumed, so I had to make sure that I was mentally prepared for it. Not only mentally, but physically. I changed my diet, make sure that I don't eat, foods that are going to break out my skin and all of that. So it's, although I had to prepare mentally, I had to prepare physically as well.
However, laced with the mentality of perseverance, she sought advice and guidance from trusted persons and rose to the occasion.
When I started my talent piece, I was so frustrated. I didn't know what songs to choose, what dances to do. I went and I seek advice from different people, and it was so hard for me. I remember deciding on my talent, but when I did, I rehearsed, not every night, but when I got a chance to. And when I didn't get a move, I would beat myself up, But after I finished crying and just worrying about that, oh my God, I'm not gonna get this move, I got up and I finished it, I completed it, and I went on the stage and I did the best.
When asked about her advice to young girls who might want to take part in pageantry, she had this to say.
I believe that there are people out there who will look for the little things to judge you and to make you feel like you're not enough, to make you feel like you're not doing the best that you can. But I am doing, and I will do the best that I can to hold up this title, because it comes with a lot of responsibilities. Not only is Guyana looking up to me, but there are a lot of young women who will be looking at me, and I have to make sure that I'm carrying myself with grace and compassion and kindness to, to set an example for them. To all the wonderful young women out there, you are unique in your own way. And by you being yourself, you might be inspiring others. And that's who I am right now. This is who I am. I'm being myself. I'm a very humble person. And my goal is to inspire and uplift each and every young woman out there in Guyana, so that you can believe in yourself and you can go after your dreams. And please remember, when things are not going your way, it's just the universe telling you it's probably not your time as yet. But what is for you, what is meant for you, it will never pass you.
Now with the crown on her head, she will have a big shoe to fill as she competes in the international pageant slated for later in the year, a title that is presently being carried by Miss India Guyana 2023, Aruna Sugdeo. In addition, Heralal is committed to various responsibilities throughout her one-year reign. I am Michael Henry, reporting for The Evening News.
And now for a look at the bridge reports.
The Demerara Harbour Bridge will be closed to vehicular traffic on Saturday, July 13, 2024 at 22 hours 30 for a period of 1.5 hours. Meanwhile, the Berbice River Bridge is scheduled to be closed to vehicular traffic at 8 hours 30 on Saturday, July 13, 2024, also for 1.5 hours.
England blows Windies away with innings to spare, and GCB U17 Intercounty Berbice defeats Demerara by 6 wickets. This and more coming up in the Sportcast, sponsored by MacCorp.
Calling all small to large scale businesses. The International Building Expo 2024 is coming to the National Stadium from August 8th to 11th, 2024. Whether you're a small business or a major player, there's a package for you starting as low as $20,000. Network with industry leaders, boost your brand visibility, and generate high quality sales leads. Register now at www.buildingexpo.gy. That's www.buildingexpo.gy. Or call 592-635-1103 or 592-635-1104.
Oh no, welcome to building next. Expo. Oh, yeah. Oh.
American-made Generac pressure washers from Sylvie's Variety Store gives you the power you need to blast away dirt and grime, providing the perfect cleaning power for any tough jobs around the house or business, from 2,500 to 4,000 psi. So get the Generac pressure washer today with all the parts and accessories available from Sylvie's Variety Store.
Did you know that Gassi's Jet A1 fuel is a type of aviation fuel specially formulated for turbine engines? Jet A1 fuel is safer to handle and transport than any other fuel types due to its high flash point and low volatility. It also boasts a high energy content, enhancing aircraft performance and efficiency. So whether traveling for business or pleasure, choose Guyana's Jet A1 fuel for a safe, reliable, and efficient flight.
Need quality electrical or hardware supplies for domestic, commercial, and industrial usage? Visit SPR Enterprise. We stock a wide variety of tools, transformers, connectors, cables, line hardware, and control products at competitive prices. Check us out for brands such as Square D, Eaton, Fluke, Klein, and 3M. We are located at 45 Brick Dam, Georgetown, or call us on 223-5699, 223-5687, or WhatsApp 639-7193. SPR Enterprise, your single source for quality electrical products.
Welcome back. You're watching the evening news. We'll now shift our